Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
And before the break, Rob was asking us the question of, does Purdue have to win this game? But then we changed it as a crew and we said, what does the game mean? So I'm going to have RC lead us off. What does the game mean? You've got an interesting twist on this one in terms of the history of hardware for each program.
UConn has how many national championships, Rob? 5, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
And Purdue has how many, Rob?
I believe 0, right?
Right.
That would be right.
And so I think that you're here now, and I don't know if Purdue how often they will be here, right? How many more times you don't know. Matt Painter's, it's like Jeff said, is on his way to a Hall of Fame career, and I think the opportunity to do something that's never been done there. I think UConn is, we said this a year ago, they're a blue blood. I think they'll be back. They're going to get the pros. They're going to get the recruits. That doesn't happen all the time at Purdue. And I think now that you're here, there's a sense of everybody wants to win it, but I don't think anybody knows when the next time. I think everyone would feel comfortable saying we feel like UConn could get back here in 10 years. We don't know if Purdue could.
Does Purdue have to win the game?
Yeah, listen, I'm not sure that Will Berg is the next Zach Edey. So I think they need to win. I think they need to win because they have Zach Edey. They have the two-time National Player of the Year.
Yep.
And that's the key, right? They may never have that again. They had it with Big Dog, right, years ago. I don't even know if these guys know who Big Dog is.
Glenn Robinson.
Glenn Robinson.
You better know.
I know his son.
Played with Matt Painter.
You do. But again, they have the best player in the game. They have enough really good players around him. So this is an opportunity. I mean, they haven't been to the Final Four since 1980.
John, how will we think about that? Like what he just said. Like, when is the next time? There's been 2 times in my lifetime I can remember where I can say Purdue's had the best player in college basketball, and Big Dog Robinson was one, and now Zach Edey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many times you're going to be able to say that.
I think what I would say is that it's not often. It's not often. It's not always that you see the team with the best player in the sport make it this far, too. Some teams have the best player in the sport, but aren't able to do that.
Also, the other thing is, guys, it's changed right now. Painter's always done it clean. Okay, Painter's done it clean. Everybody in the sport knows that, right? Now it's a little different with NIL. If you have it at Purdue, can you sustain it? They've got really good NIL right now. Can they be at a level where they can – and I'm not even sure Painter wants to be that guy who's shelling out money. Look at what he did. He didn't go to the portal and spend a ton of money. He got one dude, Lance Jones. He didn't spend $1 million or $500,000 for Lance Jones. He was a good piece.
Tony Bennett does
development
it the right way.
Is still a big part of their program, right? It's still a big part of what they're doing. Retention and development.
It's going to be harder and harder to be able to retain. Even at Purdue, even with Matt Painter, it's not going to stay this way. So, yes, I think there is some pressure on them to try to, win this whole thing right now because, again, I don't think they're 6.5-point underdogs. I really don't.
I think
they can win this thing.
I'll say this. As a Cleveland sports fan, native, who suffered a lot of tragedy.
Yes, you have.
Thank you, Randolph. When we got to the finals, when we were in LeBron Part 2, in 16, it was like when Game 7 arrived on Father's Day, and you're seeing, and I'm thinking to myself, my grandfather was still alive, my dad was still alive. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if this is ever going to happen again. Like that, if you are, I could get that side of it. Where if you're a Purdue fan walking in here on Monday night, you're thinking to yourself, this is the once in a lifetime type thing. People have waited decades upon decades upon decades for this.
44 years. 44 years.
And more longer than that for a national title game. Purdue hasn't been to a national championship game since 1969.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand all of that, and I think that all of that is correct. I also think that Purdue has done enough to prove themselves where they don't need this for their legacy. You know what I mean? Like you don't need this to define the program as not being like they're not the team that loses to mid-majors anymore. They're not the team the thing that bothers me the most about Gonzaga is that we look at Gonzaga and we say they've made it to 2 national title games. Mark Few's gotten to 2 national title games in, 2018 and 2021, right? Or 2017, 2021.
Yeah.
And we look at him and we say he can't get it done. He can't win the big one. He can't do this. He can't do that. He got to 2 national title games in 5 seasons in 4 tournaments at Gonzaga. He built Gonzaga into that program. So, like, my thing is that they are here. They are on this stage. They've gotten to this point. They don't need to win this to legitimize themselves as whatever you want to call them, whatever level you got to put them.
Different level.
Yeah.
I disagree. I
agree. I disagree with you as well.
Yeah,
I think it's
Painter
because
wins it. If Painter wins it, right? What is it? It puts him. It was like Lute Olson. Okay, I went to Arizona. When Lute Olson won in 1997, I talked to him about it. It put him in a different stratosphere as a coach. I think it can do that with.
But do you not think that Mark Few is on that level?
No, I think he is on that level. But
Didn't you put him on your Mount Rushmore?
The difference.
I don't know if I put him on. I don't
You put him on your Mount
No, I don't
Rushmore,
think I
and he's
did.
never won a
I did
title.
not. I did not
do that.
actually.
Who
Don't
did?
be misquoting.
Someone put him on a Mount
The
Rushmore.
difference between it, though, is that let's go back to those teams and look at what they had on those teams. And that is the equivalent of what this Purdue team
Right.
is. He hasn't had that now. And
That's
the
it.
argument
That's
is
it.
Right.
talent-wise, this is still a sport where the cream rises to the top in talent. And say what you want about what Mark Few did in that time of that title, them national tournament runs, he had dudes. He had lottery picks.
Jalen
He had
Suggs,
NBA players.
Drew
He had Chet
Timmy.
He had those guys. And that's why it was so important for them to get it done, because now, is he a hell of a coach? He's proven that. But we didn't think this team was going to go to the national championship because it's not the same high-level NBA talent. And now you have that opportunity right now in Purdue. You have to win it right now. We know UConn's going to be back here. They're recruiting at a level where they're going to have NBA guys. They're going to have that going over. You don't think of that. Like, when's the next time Gonzaga's going to have that guy? When's the next time Purdue's going to have that guy? I'm not saying they don't, but they got the best. They're going to be good. Do they have the best guy?
Where I tweak your argument is I would say this. I would have more faith in Gonzaga under Few getting back here, because getting back to a Final Four, getting back to a national championship game, just because of what he's shown throughout his career. And when you make 9 straight Sweet 16s, the ball could bounce a certain way. We do not know. I don't have the same level of faith for Purdue.
Guys,
we don't know when Purdue's going to be back here. Gonzaga could
all
be back here in the
these
next
guys
3 or 4
are
years,
great coaches, but
Could
it's
be.
still,
I'm
it's
not
still
sure.
a Jimmy's
I'm not
and
sure
Joe's
Gonzaga.
game. It's still the same. It's still a Jimmy's and Joe's game. All these guys are great coaches, but damn it, when I got Zach Edey, life's a hell of a lot easier. When I got Chet Holmgren or Jalen Suggs, a hell of a lot. I got Drew Timmy. It's a hell of a lot easier when I got those guys.
Their talent, listen, when you put up Purdue's talent to UConn's, it's not that far off.
No.
It's not that far off.
Is Purdue more talented than Indiana?
Let's make no argument about
Thank you. Thank you.
I did.
Do you look good in orange?
I look better in blue.
Well, I'd like to. You look good in what is that color tonight?
I don't know what this cream color. I don't know. I don't know what color this is.
Cream.
Cream.
It's not. Dagan Hughes says that's
not
not
cream?
cream.
This
Now,
isn't
what
cream?
color is
Right
this?
here? Gray?
Sweeney Tristan, what color
Gray?
is Goodman wearing? It's
All right,
beige.
I'm told it's gray.
You look good in.
Let's
look
keep
good
it.
in
Let's
beige.
keep it. Let's keep it rolling.
So
let's get this train back on the tracks.
It's never been on the tracks. So you seem to be inclined to bet Purdue to cover the spread on Monday night. Right now.
I don't think I'm going to do
Are you
that.
going to put all your free bets? Oh, because you don't want to jinx your UConn Huskies.
I want to be. I don't want
Absolutely,
to.
that's the case.
No. It's not.
That's all it is.
It's not a jinx thing. I want to be able to
Go
enjoy
home.
that win without having the sweat of like.
Well, I'm going to
okay,
tell
well,
Dan Hurley tomorrow that you put your house on the Purdue Boilermakers.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
RC, what would you bet Purdue?
I would bet Purdue to cover.
Yeah.
I would bet. I think this will be a game, unless the backcourt of UConn dominates this game. Then I expect Edey to do Zach.
Hey,
Zach
our
Edey.
betting extraordinaire, Sean Paul, for the network, he just said he put a ton of money on Purdue.
Is
to
that
cover.
true?
$11.
No, I think it was 13.
All right, well.
I think it was $13.
Hey, a cheesy gordita crunch and a chalupa are in your future if that bet cashes on Monday night. So here's my thing as a we all are fans of this sport as much as we cover it as well. Like, I would love to see a close game.
Oh, we want an epic
I think that's
game.
more what I'm hoping for.
We want an epic
That's
game.
why I really want them to cover. I'm not saying I don't even know if I'm ready to say who I think will win. We'll get into that tomorrow. I just hope it's a game where it is a one-possession, two-possession game. I mean, these have been. This is the
I don't
two
see.
best
I don't
teams.
see any way that it's not. Now,
Oh, I do.
it might not end up
Anyway?
being
I do.
inside that number. It might not end up being inside that number, but I think it's going to be the worst case scenario to me is going to be something similar to what we saw with Alabama and UConn tonight, where it is a game that is exciting and you have shot making and it's close and it's in doubt in the second half and we don't know what's going to end up happening. I don't think that this is going to be. I just think Purdue is too good, and they
The
match.
pace
I think.
concerns me, though.
Yeah.
UConn's pace of play does.
You think they're
concern
going
me
to try to
some.
get out and run a
You
little
think
bit
they
more?
will?
Or like they what?
You think they'll try to get out and run?
They always do. They're putting up 80-plus points a game.
Yeah.
I don't know if, and I don't know if it's in the 80s. I think it favors UConn.
Yeah.
Anything in the 70s or below, I think we got us a hell of a game. I think if it gets into the 80s, I think it favors
Well,
UConn.
because what UConn is going to try to do is basically off of a miss, they get the ball and they go. They want to get a shot in
Right.
the first 6 seconds off of a miss. Off of a make, they're taking it out of bounds. Tristan Newton's walking it up. He's getting over half court at 22 seconds. They're running all that stuff, and they're trying to shoot with 5 seconds left.
The best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines for making all of our picks and predictions, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's the best part. All you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your hard-earned money to get it. This is what you have to do to make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. You'll get up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Most importantly, we have some fun stuff coming up for the rest of the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boost, and the thing that I love the most, a nice little parlay boost, as well as a ridiculous array of prop bets for anything that you could possibly imagine betting on. From odds on getting to the Final Four to national championship futures, I'm calling it right now. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app. Use that code FIELD and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the pod in any podcast app. Like and share the YouTube videos that you enjoy. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.